All right, well, welcome back to another quick video here. In the last video, we set up this form. Before we get started on making some more adjustments, I just want to point out that I did find a plugin template offered by Venger, and I haven't used it, but it claims to set up the sort of a template directories and the bare bones essentials for creating a plugin. And I think it sets you up for if you want to share it as well as an npm package. It sets up some testing docs or some testing scripts, like some basic things. So if you're curious to get sort of a head start or a template start, I would recommend looking into this. So jumping back into the code here, the first thing I want to do that's bothering me is I want to rename some of these to be more appropriate to our application. Instead of greeter, let's call it address selector. It updated the imports for us automatically. So let's see if this, I'm going to run our yarn compile UI command. And while that's loading, let's update this here. Almost forgot this one, address. And then the module name, address selector module. Oh, one more change. What do we call this? Address selector module. Let's come over to our module, and I think that's okay there. Okay, looks like we are built here, so let's refresh. This was just after renaming things. We didn't change anything. Still looks pretty good. Okay, let's move on to structuring this more as a plugin. So in our code here, what you'll notice is that our compile admin file basically defines all this stuff in this extensions array here. But there's a neater way to do this, and it's shown in real world Venger examples. And let me see if I pull it up real quick. So this is the review plugin on the real world Venger repo, source plugins reviews review plugin.ts is the plugin, the main plugin file that sort of pulls everything together. And what you'll see here is that it exports a class, and it defines all the things that are currently in our compile file. So it defines the module file name, the module name, things like that, the type of loading. And we want to basically create a plugin file that does this. And then in our compile admin UI file, we can clean it up and make it a little bit simpler to call this. So I think the best way to start off, I might just copy all of this and then just remove most of it. But let's go here, new file. Oh, not in the UI, sorry, in the plugin, new file. And let's just call it address plugin. And we'll paste everything in here. Actually, let's get rid of all of this. And then we'll get rid of, let's just get rid of these for now. We will have to define some. And then the configuration, this is pushing custom fields onto the product entity. It's a clean way to do it in this file, but we don't have any defined custom fields on any entity just yet, but we will. We actually will pretty soon, so maybe I'll keep one of these just to maybe refer back to it, and we'll delete all of this. Let's just comment that out for now. And then this is the class. So we just have one module. So I mean, from the docs, which you can look up like lazy versus shared modules, and lazy modules just mean that it's loaded when the route is accessed, and it's generally used for when you're creating new routes. The shared module is eagerly loaded. It's recommended in the docs for like custom field inputs, things like that. So in any case, we don't need this. We're just going to use the shared loading, and we're going to define our own. We're going to define our own path and module. Okay, let me rename these. And entities is the plugin may define custom type-borne database entities. So we don't need this at this point. Okay, cool. I think this is looking pretty good. let's see if we can join it into our compile admin UI. So over here, we basically copied all of this. Actually, we copied all of this. We changed it to a shared loading type, and we can copy this route as well, just in case. So the problem here is that I changed the type to shared from lazy. Shared type doesn't have a route property, so we can keep it as lazy for now, just so we're not changing too many things at once, and hopefully we get things to still work the same as we're refactoring. Okay, let's refactor this part, and we're going to access our address plugin here, and we will access our extension there. Okay, hopefully this works. I'm going to build it and then run it and see how far it gets. My computer is really struggling to keep up with OBS Studio as well as Visual Studio running. It's an old computer, but I compiled it and I refreshed the page and it worked okay. But I turned off the server so I could record this and hopefully my voice sounds okay. So we basically formatted everything into the plugin, into a plugin style. And our compile UI file is nice and clean, so it just has address plugin.ui extensions. And this is where we would add other plugins as well. And our file doesn't get messy here. So that helps us out a little bit. This might be a good stopping point. I think the next thing we'll focus on is probably plugging in the Google Places autocomplete feature. So I think we'll do that tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, I know this was a short video. I'm just trying to do these as often as I can. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.